Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly, and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. This is the Laughing Stock and I'm Redneck Johnny. It's been a bit of an exciting week for the tickers we have followed lately. BNED and ALTO, they are up. Quite a bit actually also this week, and of course we're still waiting for the news on both of them. ALTO, I didn't check now. We can go and check what they landed on. But ALTO almost up 10%, and I think BNED up 5 approximately. Maybe we get some news now after the close on BNED. This is it's Thursday today, and for this week that's the last trading day, so Friday is closed, and we are getting close to the 3rd of April, you know, when they have the deadline, which can be pushed back till the 10th, I think it is, of April. But let's see, maybe we get some updates live on the stream. That would be a bit interesting, you know. But I'm not planning to check too much on BNED and ALTO today. I think everyone that has followed the stream for a little bit now understand what we are waiting for. We are waiting for the news on the refinancing for BNED, and for ALTO we are waiting for the deal. They have a letter of intent with a company called Volt for the carbon capture project. And we are waiting for that to finalize, which the CEO of ALTO has said is a big milestone. That is a near-term milestone for them. So we are hoping that we will see some news on that, and maybe for ALTO also like a sell of the Western assets. But I'm not thinking that we will see that on this side of the summer, but maybe. So we are just waiting still, but it has been up this week. And for full transparency, as always, I bought more of BNED this week. I got in at 62 cents, which I'm happy with now, of course. But we are aware if it comes some bad news, it will drop below that again also, I guess. But so far, been good this week. What is it? Yeah, it went from last Friday was at 57 cents and now 72, so it has performed pretty well. But it's just nice to see, you know. But in the big picture, this is a bit of a I don't pay too much attention to this right now. Always nice to see them go up, of course. But I mean, it will go drastically up if we get the news we are hoping for, and then the opposite, if we get some bad news, we will go drastic down, which we of course hope will not happen. Hey, Value, I see you in the comment. Nice to see you here. Yeah, rocket ship. We are going to the moon like in the intro video, right? So both for Alto and BNED, hopefully. Value, are you involved? I can't remember. Are you involved in any of these tickers? Nice to see you, by the way. And thanks for the ticker you threw a little bit ago now. They were all good. I've added them to my tracker sheet, some of them. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on BNED or Alto unless you have any questions or something like that we can answer. What I will do though is I haven't checked if there's some new comments. And by the way, if you have missed it, Seeking Alpha deleted a bunch of comments from one of the articles. The article that we have referred to a lot, and it has kind of killed the whole discussion, which is sad, right? And if you speculate and are a bit like, I don't know why this happened, but they have at least killed the discussion. And I mean, if that was a purpose, they have done well, but I don't think, I hope it wasn't. But I don't think there's so much new here now. No, it's not. Also the Reddit thread. But it's a bit slow there too. Good comments. All the deleted comments are here still. But I see it's not so many new comments. I see this one. Okay, just recommending a video. But yeah, since there's not many new comments here on BNED, I think I will just... We are all waiting right now, right? So it's gonna be definite, like this is some interesting times we are moving into. Maybe we get something today, and if not, we are getting very close to the dates that are posted for the final dates, you know. Small positions in both, okay, Value, but good to have you invested here with us. And if you have some other opinions or some other views than we bring up, because this is all a bit complicated, right? And thanks to all these great comments on these articles and stuff, we have been able to maybe find some options or some possibilities that we probably wouldn't think of by ourselves. So thanks to everyone involved there. But feel free to just post in the chat if you have anything to say about these two tickers, and we can spend some time on them. But as you know, Value, you have followed us for a while now, and we have covered it. We have covered it pretty long in all the streams, actually. And we have to. It's two big positions for both of us. So this is how it is. Yeah, good to see Alto. Let's check the Alto comments as well then. When we offer 10% off for Alto. Alto is my biggest one, and BNED is my second biggest one. There's some few new comments here. I'll just skim through them. Yeah, so this guy is like pointing out if Alto will be bought up, but I kind of hope like this peak-in plant that's a bit longer. I mean, if they sell off that, then that's it for Alto. Yeah, okay. So Justin is commenting if they sell all, it should be like $10. And that's what I mean. If they sell off the peak-in plant, that's kind of the whole company with the... They have the Western assets also, but the most important for them is the peak-in plant. Um, and Justin actually brought up a point. He said he has heard that someone is shorting the stock heavily since the report. So this guy is asking if a full sale would be realistic. Um, and they are talking a bit with the management again, and Justin is saying, like, I talked a little bit like this also on the last stream, that he hasn't bought into that the management are just there to pay themselves. I'm a bit the same. I've followed them for some years now, and like I've said, if you have followed them just for the last 6 months or whatever, it seems like they are doing a terrible job, but it's not, it hasn't all been bad since I have followed them. All assets are up for sale on the last earnings call. Yeah. So he's like open to the full sale and now. So these were new comments that I could find. They are all posted today. And interesting to see Justin talks about a full sale for a company. And he explains a bit here. If the company had been forced to sell assets last year, it would have been a disaster. So he feels like the environment has changed a bit. So they are in a better position now to get more money for the assets, I guess. And it's saying like CEO Brian has also some incentive to sell off everything. And I mean, if it goes to 10, that's a good bounce up. But let's see. Alto has performed well now, but still, I want it much higher. All right, I think I will leave it with that for BNED and ALTO today. So going into the dashboard, I saw a canopy. We were talking a little bit about it because it has gone up so much in the last time, and Max, and it was about some news that like cannabis is going to be what do you call it, like legalized or being possible to be bought in Germany, and then that will maybe lead to the same in other countries in Europe. I'm not sure if that alone was this move up, but Max is from Germany. He watches the stream, and he said a bit like I don't remember the comments now, but he said like it's a bit misleading, the headline in the news, that it won't be like you can just buy it wherever. It's more strict than that, you know. So he felt like the news was a bit misleading, but either way, this was ready for a decline again, and not a company that I usually deal in. I think Dane would agree with that also for this strategy. And I'm seeing, have you seen the gold chart lately? It's not bad, this chart. Look at this. This is October 22. We saw that mine, right, who had the disaster in Turkey. I added it to the tracker, and I'm paying attention to that one. But I kind of want to, I say it every time, I want to go through some other screening methods on one of the streams, but then I run out of time. But if today we can go through the sectors and can look a little bit for some gold companies, that would be interesting. I kind of like this, you know. I guess same, a little bit same for silver. This is oil and gas. Not a bad looking chart either from, you know, from 2024. Bitcoin's keeping up at 70. I expect it did go out a little bit down, but I expected it to actually go below 60. But I see a lot of people are a bit uncertain now that there's so many people talking about Bitcoin. What did they say? Like when the taxi driver tells you to buy Bitcoin, you should sell. What else do we see here? Corn up. Corn has gone down a fair bit though, and for Alto, that's not a bad thing. Maybe it bounces off here. I don't know. Let's see. We need to pay attention to this if you're interested in Alto. Big decline though over the last period. And I mean the war on Ukraine doesn't help with corn, you know. Copper, interested in copper as well. China gonna need a lot of copper for their renewable energy focus area, you know, and all the EVs and stuff like that they are gonna build for the batteries. Yeah, I'm paying attention to these charts like gold and copper right now. Gonna be interesting to see if I can find a company that I like in those fields. But I just added to BNED, so right now my cash position is not very big, so I kind of have to wait a little bit to build up the cash position again. So let's go into the daily movers then. I think, as always, I go through this before the stream. I have pulled up some names, and I don't think I will find so much more here right now. But it's worth to check if someone came in the last hour or so. A lot of these media companies, they always show up. You see, we saw some more insider buys lately, and you keep seeing them. FTC Solar has a few of them now. Not big purchases, but Alto in the daily mover. Oh, no new ones. So I'll just continue with the ones I have already then, and we can just start with the fundamentals. By the way, even if it's Thursday today and that's the last day of the week because it's closed tomorrow, I'm saving the weekly movers for our stream on Saturday that I'm gonna do with Dane. I think he will do the same. So, you know, the week is already over. So usually then we talk when the week is over on Saturday, but now it will be kind of this stream. But I'm just to have a few tickers also on Saturday so we don't repeat ourselves too much. But CCRD is the first one. It's a tech company. Core Card Corporation, together with its subsidiaries, offers technology solutions and processing services to the financial technology and service market in the United States, European Union, and the Middle East. It designs, develops, and markets a suite of software solutions to program managers, accounts receivable businesses, financial institution, retailers, and processors to manage their credit and debit cards, prepaid cards, private label cards, fleet cards, buy now, pay later programs, loyalty programs, and accounts receivable and loan transactions. The company's software solution allows companies to offer various types of transacting account or card issuing program, as well as installment and revolving loans. Set up and maintain account data, record advances and payments, assess fees, interest, and other charges, resolve disputes and chargebacks, manage collection of accounts receivable, generate reports, and settle transactions with financial institution and network association. The company was formerly known as Intelligent System Corporation and changed its name to CoreCard Corporation in December 21, and it's headquartered in Georgia. So American one. Straight away you see a little bit of a share buyback, also a revenue decline, but up in total in the last 3 years and after the pandemic. I also noticed this, they have cash. They have cash on the books that they can use, and no debt, which is not too often that we see companies with no debt when we drag them up here in the fundamentals. A little bit of a tiny market cap, around 100 million. It trades at $11 and has book value of 6. They do generate cash, and that's something I like to see, but I need to dig it more in here, but straight away I feel like it's a bit expensive already. You see this year has been a good year for them. They have $2 in operating cash flow and $1.40 almost in free cash flow. But on the 7-year average, you see 70 cents and 121 in operating. Earnings 40 cents on the 3-year average. It's around $1, which makes me believe like this could be very well like fairly valued here, around $10, you know. But saying that though, $10 is the lowest it has been in the past year, and now it's trading 9% to that. So the market has priced it higher in the last year at least. We can pull up the chart. Big decline now since 1 year ago, where it was trading at 35. So it has just continued and continued to drop. So, and even when it got oversold, it just kept being oversold. So this has been a very bad period for them. So I want to go in and check Seeking Alpha, I think. What I do like though, before we do that, is the fact that they have cash on their hands, and I don't know if they have bought back share. They've never had this much debt, so that hasn't been a big issue for them, and no acquisitions or anything like that. So. And you know, the share count has been steady for quite some time, and they have bought back a little bit, but it's not like a big thing here. Equity growth though, you kind of like to see that, you know. But I just straight off, I feel like it needs more. Something to note is it's around 10% of a short interest in it, and retained earnings is also growing, so it's interesting straight off the bat, but I just feel it's a bit expensive. Let's check Seeking. A bit old, these articles, but not too old. So there's a lot of comments here on the earnings report in, I guess, Q3 then, in November. Let's check this article first. This guy is in September saying that it's obviously cheap. What was it trading for in 21? So that's a big decline since then. They're just arguing a bit. Not gonna read that. Followed Corkar for 4 years now, and during that time I thought Corkar was an interesting company, but it has gotten even more interesting lately with the uncertainty around Goldman Apple. Significant price decline, large cash pile relative to market cap. Yeah, we kind of saw that, right? Matt and Leland buying back shares. I saw that, but I didn't go through it. We have some insider buying here. Let's check that first. So President, CEO, and a 10% owner. It's not a huge purchase though, but it's something, and it's recent. It's recent as well. Both of them were adding in February. So together, you know, more than 100,000, but it's not a lot by any means. This guy though had a sale on 45 cents and buying back now, so that's something to. And he had a big sale here, 4 million. Inside ownership around 30%. Let's just check who owns them straight away. What's the ticker? CCRD. Giannis Henderson selling a bit. I don't see so many familiar fonts here, other than like the normal ones. I'm curious to see who owns it then for the insiders. This Leland guy owns a lot, 15%. Clifford Bernstein. Okay. Bites, we saw them. Giannis Henderson, they have sold a bit since then. So I guess 28 is maybe a bit down, but Leland, CEO, 10% owner, he owns, he still owns shares there and bought recently. So you like to see that, right? Okay, buying back shares on the open market for 2 weeks straight. Recent entry into a partnership to create commercial cards with Bank of California. Blah blah. 2 million share buybacks. Yeah, we saw that. It wasn't a lot, but it's something. And more to come this year, as long as the price stays in the range below. Not to mention new car programs. That's the thing, though. How's this business? How are they gonna grow? Maybe we should check out the presentations they have. Yeah, so there's some business things. I'm still waiting for the legacy Amex business loans to be migrated to new business loan. All right. They're talking also about new products. Buybacks will create a nice support level. Okay. It's a bit interesting, I think. I saw there was a lot of comments on this one. All right, I don't know if I get this guy has recently downgraded them. My outlook for core car is pessimistic due to a lack of strong growth from its Goldman relationship and a potential economic downturn ahead. But I mean that it's already a bit cheap. I want it cheaper, so I don't think this is a good. Like if I add it to the tracker, I would have to have a steeper discount than, you know, anywhere near what it is right now. Actually, I think it would have to drop to. It's pretty low though historically, but look at this massive decline, and I do like this growth here. If you take away like 22 looks like a good year for them revenue wise, and then it's declining a bit, but since 21 it's up, you know, so on the average it's up. And they do have cash, no acquisitions though. So they probably the guys there were talking about a share buyback program, which I assume they are focusing on then, which will of course improve these numbers. And it's not bad. I just wanted to generate a little bit more free cash flow relative to the current share price, you know. So this is what we read about in the article. Yeah, not a lot of. Do they have a presentation? Oh, so it's just a transcript. I think I will add it though to the tracker, just because I like the growth both on the book value here and the revenue. If you take away like the decline from last, it's a big decline though. So don't get me wrong, but they do generate cash, and they have some cash on hand that they can use for share buybacks or something like that. So you see the margins has taken a beat lately, except the cash flow. So I want to add it to the tracker just to track it. But it needs to drop for me to maybe like 5-6, I think, which is a big drop. But I think I will add it here. CCRD. So I just have to type in kind of what I saw here. So just stick with me. I think I will put it at 650 just to catch my eye if it drops. And I'll put it at low just because I don't think I will get that drop. But they do have some attractive fundamentals. Fundamentals does look good, but I think it needs to drop more to be really interesting. They have no depth, and they do have cash on hand. They're buying back shares and plan to buy back even more. Dropped off a lot in the past year. Good growth on revenue and book value. But it does need more. Pay attention to development in their deals. New news. I always like when I write new news. It could be anything. And more insider buys. Should probably add then that the insider has been buying lately. But insiders have been buying a few shares. CEO, president is also a 10% owner. All right, I think that's enough. Just a quick take. I don't need more to track it. And then of course I revisit it after a while, and I have conditional formatting that will let me know if it's close. I have it set on a certain percentage. I can't remember what it is. But it starts to go green if it's get close to the price that I put in here. And I have different colors of green also, so it starts very bright, and then it goes darker and darker the closer it gets. So just to catch my eye. There it is. All right. Well, good. Let's move on to CHCI then. I see a new person in the chat, Evo Cars. Hey, nice to see you. I don't remember I've seen your name here before, so I assume it's your first time. Welcome to the stream. Very nice to see you here. Let me know if you have any questions or some takers you want me to pull up or anything like that. I will try my best to answer, and if I find the tickers, I can pull them up at least. But cool to see you here. So CHCI is the next one. They have some revenue growth though. Margin seems to be steadily rising. They are currently at $5, tiny market cap, 50 million. And the book value, they trade a little bit above book value. Interesting to see that seems like the operating cash flow and free cash flow have been a bit steady the last years. Earnings a bit up and down. Retained earnings has been. So this is a home building company, so it's improving slightly here. Also no debt though. It does say levered here. That's because it doesn't generate enough cash for this to score higher. But as you see here, it doesn't issue shares. So this just means like, okay, it needs to generate a bit more cash to show up as safe, but it doesn't issue shares, so it doesn't affect the numbers here. And they also have some cash on book, you know. Interesting to see if they will buy back shares or what they're gonna do. They are not paying a dividend right now. 67% ownership. Okay. I want the cash to be higher though. But this is let me read the business. Comstock Holding Companies develops, operates, and manages properties in the Greater Washington D.C. metropolitan area. The company operates through two segments: asset management and real estate services. The asset management segments provide management service to a range of real estate owners and businesses that include various commercial real estate uses, including apartments, hotels, office buildings, commercial garages, leased lands, retail stores, mixed-use development, and urban transit-oriented developments. The real estate service segment provides a range of real estate service in the areas of strategic corporate planning, capital markets, brokerage, blah, blah, blah. So it's based in Virginia. So I guess, do they like rent out offices and stuff? Because let's just see here what people are saying straight away. Horizon are writing about them. This is also a bit recent. Yeah, they're pretty happy with their results lately. Just want to read a little bit of these bullet points in this article. So they are growing. And they are acquiring land. So like they are not always doing this, so this is a bit unusual for them, but maybe a smart move to expand. Yeah, they have diluted a bit, so over the years they have diluted a bit. This guy was saying like that's one of the risks. I do like it, but it's I do like it, but it needs more in my opinion. And then when you take the market cap, the current market cap into consideration, it gets a bit dangerous if this needs to drop way more, you know. But it does have some steady operating and free cash flow here, which is close to $1, and it trades at $5. So it's not, and they do have cash right now, and it seems like the margins are improving as well. So I'm once again I'm adding this to the tracker, I think, but I'm interesting to see the development. Let's check out the 67 8% the insider ownership. Let's check out. Also, they have a bit of a complicated, not complicated, but it's not. They have different stocks. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. It's like a couple of people who owns a lot. And who else owns them? Yeah, those are the ones we saw. So they control it, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. We should look into these people, who they are, how happy people are with them. Cool website. Almost a year ago, so not going to pay too much attention to that. Vertically integrated, all right. Ownership and management with decades-long track record of success. That's interesting, and that's what I just said. We need to check if you want to take a position here, you need to check into the ownership there, because they own a lot. They own the company, those two together. I'm not going to read through this now. It deserves to be in the tracker, I think, so I'm going to add this one too. But as I said, I don't know. We didn't check the chart here, did we? I don't know what kind of... Yeah, I was thinking like 350. Not a lot of volume even. I think I will put 350. Just to catch my attention. I'm writing decent fundamentals, but it needs more. There's big insider ownership. Or was it 67%? From 3 insiders. Debt free, they do generate steady cash flow, but they are slowly diluting shareholders, but might not be a big problem if they can accelerate their growth. We saw revenue growth, right? Yeah. They have cash on their hands and have just recently bought some land for development. Pay attention to updates on this and use of share dilution / buybacks, because you might see some buybacks here eventually as well. That's it. Into the tracker with you. Hi Max, nice to see you. Do you see Canopy was down 9%? We talked about it, right? So let's check here. Oh no, Max. Drive into the side and finish watching the stream, and then you can drive home. Now be careful, Max. We don't want you to crash. Alright, so it's in the tracker then. 2 of 2 so far. That's not too bad. So the breakout, but today, hold on. Today, no time to watch the market. Yeah, busy days. We live in some busy days. But yeah, it hasn't been too much happening, to be honest with you, this week, Max. But of course, for BNED and ALTO, they are up a bit for the week, which is good to see. But on no news, so it's interesting, and it doesn't seem like we're gonna get anything today either. So maybe we have to wait over the weekend, which is then, what's the date? We're getting close to Wednesday, is the 3rd of April. So we are getting there, getting very close. All right, PHX, next one. And by the way, anyone in the chat, feel free to send me some tickers if you want to check them out. Oh no, this is my data is a bit wrong. Let me try to fix it. Sometimes this adjusts everything, but also sometimes not. Alright, so it adjusted some. I'll just go with these numbers, even though they are a bit old. I'll just go for these numbers. And keep in mind then that this also messes up the metrics and multiples here. So we don't pay too much attention to that. So this is our oil and gas company, which trades a bit high compared to where they have been in the last year. There's some nice insider buys here. True Chad, that's not his name? True Chad? Principal accounting officer. And he bought 3,000 worth of stock, and his name is True Chad. Alright. True Chad. Alright. Well, it's a bit hard because it messes up a lot of my numbers. 341 trades a bit above book. You see the cash generation is not very good, and they have a high capex. you know, oil and gas company. They do pay a dividend, but a small one. Earnings, they have earnings for the years. I would need to lean more on Seeking Alpha here. Some hold ratings, but they are old though. Oh, PHX Minerals filed for 100 million mixed shelf offering, which is recent. All right. What are they going to use that cash for? This looks a bit messy though. Also because my numbers are a bit messed up. I don't think I will spend too much time on this, to be honest. Just moving on to farm. Just I asked Dane if he could text me today if he sees some new news on BNED. And just checking. So farm actually looks interesting to me. At first glance here, I've checked them before, but it's a while. It's a while back, and they are not in my tracker, I think. But I might add them actually, because farm. No, they are not. What I just saw here right now, it's like a big asset sale, right? And look at the market cap, 75 million. And what is this in a sale? Roughly 113 million, a big sale, you know. And look at what they did with that money. It seems like they paid off a lot of the debt, and maybe that has saved them a bit. And they do trade a bit higher. Maybe I'm a bit late here. There has been some insiders. A lot actually, but these are old, as you can see here. But in 23 there were two. One was a bit big. Both are directors, and they bought at like the same price at least. So they trade above book, and they aren't generating enough cash right now. But I want to dig into what this asset sale is about, and what kind of position they find themselves in now. Because when you see something like this and the market cap is pretty low, it means like that's a catalyst, you know, a bit like in BNED. If they sell some assets now, they're going to be good, and the thesis will work out. So maybe Farm has done something similar, and it just hasn't shown up in the numbers yet. And as you can see, these are from December 2023, so I don't have the most updated numbers even. But it doesn't look good right now. But let's say if they can move back to like before the pandemic. So Farmer Bros engaged in manufacture, wholesale, and distribution of coffee, tea, and culinary products in the United States. The company offers roast and ground coffee, frozen. Yeah, so it's a coffee. They sell coffee. You don't need to read all of that. 24% inside ownership. Let's just check that straight away, I think. Because when you see a sale like that, maybe management knows exactly what they are doing, and if they also own a lot of stock then. So the biggest one is 14 here. Is that a fondo? Yeah, the Gamco. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's the, but James C. Papas, what is that? I haven't heard about them. Maybe that's the owners of the company. Oh, okay. It's a retirement plan. Hodges. The name that I just pay attention to. But okay, so the big is their 401k plan here. All right, so that was them. We saw them here in Well Wisdom, right? Yeah, so that's them. Those two. All right, but interesting. And keep in mind, they have bought in the past year, the directors. So what's this sell about? Sorry if you can't see. Sometimes I forget to zoom in. Here, sell 100 million. The Treehouse Food Company uses portion to pay off term loan as it focuses operation on direct store delivering key account sales channels. And what did that do in the, when was this? June 30. That's here probably. Yeah. No. What did I say? June 30? Oh, because the news about the sale would be before, right? Here. The 7th of June. That's here. And see what that did to the share price from 186 to 368. And think about BNED. We always think about BNED, right? Yeah, but that tells me the management knows what they are doing, and I assume, let's check the quarterly reports here, because I assume they have improved the business since then. Oh, so this will be this will be the numbers I already have. Is anyone on Seeking talking about? Oh, courage and conviction. Courage is already here. What is he saying? This is the podcast, by the way, from Seeking Alpha. If you want to listen to it, it's on Spotify. Farm. As well as farm. So he's already up. Here, Farmer Brothers, name we talked about. He has an article of them then. No, that's the podcast. Oh yeah, because he has two. He has two podcasts. So let's check what he said in the first one then. So this was, if I remember correctly, this podcast is in like the summer of 23. Oh, sorry. So let's check. Is this from the summer then? Maybe there's a new one that I haven't listened to. Or maybe this is just when they posted on Seeking Alpha. I don't remember. I feel like I feel this podcast is from the summer, and that this is just when they released the document on Seeking. So I'll give you an example. So this is a company that we own, Farmer Brothers, and it's wholesale coffee roasting. It's very blah blah blah. There was where they would deliver the product to restaurant, hotels, and then they had the direct ship business, and they built a state of the art factory in Northlake, Texas, and they took on a lot of debt, and they ran the business kind of poorly. And so some activists came in. Is that that's the guy, right? That's this person, I believe. Not their biggest position, but it's definitely interesting. This is an activist. 15% stake in company, and and like I want to say in the high 5 to 6, and then they became directors and they had a standstill agreement. So a couple of months ago, they reached an agreement with Treehouse Foods to sell Northlake. That's the asset sale we saw. Money losing. So the purchase price was 100 million. There was 8 million legal fees and costs, so they netted 92 million. Now some of that price was also some of the inventory, so it's a little hard to get it like a precise dollar figure, but just to frame to see how irrational and efficient the markets are. Prior to this company doing this deal, the company was like $2, and so there's 20 million shares, I assume. So it's a 40 million market cap, bit higher now, almost the double. They had 105 million in net debt. They announced the deal. The stock shoots up from, like, we saw that 10 times the volume trades, and then the meme and the hot money kind of dissipate. The deal does close, but then like 2 weeks, last week, the stock drifts all the way back to 182. So it had a big pullback as well. after they announced that deal, or after the deal closed. So pre-deal, you got a company 40 million market cap, 105 million debt. Yeah, they did own the factory, but they literally had a gun to their head, and that if they didn't get the same refinancing, they're going to go bankrupt. BNED, this is BNED. Got the deal done and closed the deal, and remarkably, the equity was valued at the same price when a company had like 50 million in net debt. Yeah, they don't have the factory, but the thing, it had round tripped from 2 to 360 to on the 2, and so I aggressively was buying between 182 and 2. They came out, the management got let go, or they agreed to get let go, probably because the board pushed them out because they were making a lot of money. So this activist has probably come in and demanded a lot of things then and tried to fix this. They did make a lot of good changes finally, but the conference call was really good. The forward outlook is really good, and there are some really good tailwinds going on here. So the stock comms, it was like 280 yesterday. What is it now? 357. Okay, might be a bit late here. I didn't get involved till after this because I wasn't comfortable with the balance sheet. But when I saw this deal and it was going to go through, I started buying at 3, bought more at 250, and then got really aggressive between the low 2s. So from the initial purchase price of 3 to 180, that's a 40% drawdown. But I'd done enough work on the business and the valuation, and we had the comfort of the activist on the 15%. They want to protect their investment, that business was actually shaping up. And you also have tailwind because coffee bean prices are actually now kind of oversupplied. So that's a huge tailwind going forward. There are a number of other tailwinds to the business. They brought in this AI algorithm that's going to, it's already improved margins like a couple hundred basis points. The conference call was fantastic. So that's what I mean, like, if you just look at my numbers here, and what made me curious was this big asset sale, right? And then you also connected it with they have paid off the debt, and you saw the somewhat big ownership here. So interesting, but it seems like we're a bit late here. I don't want to spend too much more time on it, but it's a perfect example. Okay, I bought a 5% position at 3 and then goes down 40% in face. But if you've done enough work in the business and the valuation and are following closely, you have enough conviction to continue to add, because you're buying at a much better, the market gives you an opportunity to acquire more shares at a better price. Lo and behold, the sky's not falling and the thing bounces from 180 to 280. Now they're going to have to string together a couple of good quarters here to make the street really believe it, but one of the directors of the activist actually bought some shares on the 15th, which is a good sign because he hadn't been in the market for a long time. But that's a good example that you have be able to something go down 40%. Yeah, so that was the first one, and then they continued to talk about it in this podcast. The management team is fantastic. So this is an update where he says he's more happy with them now. He had a good quarter, thesis in motion, right? The team is great. We talked to them a couple of weeks ago. They're doing what they said they were going to do. Again, they sold an asset to Treehouse, different business than BuzzFeed, but they were going to go bankrupt. Yeah, BuzzFeed also had a big asset sale, so a bit similar. They had a ton of debt. They sold an asset, paid off the debt, balance sheet's fine, but they're really turning this business around. I feel good about it. I think it should go to 5+. We'll see if they execute. All right. Interesting. I'm obviously late. Wish I and it's a bit annoying to me because I've seen these this business in the I've pulled them up before, maybe not on the stream, but I remember the name. And he even said that after the deal closed, it went down again. So that's when you should have paid attention. At 180, this was great, you know. But I think I'm a bit. I will still add it though, just to keep a track on it. We're adding a lot of tickers today. Farm, food products. you're probably not gonna get this now. What will I say? $2. Activist investor. They were in trouble. Sold off an asset for 100 million and used the money to pay off their current debt. Activists involved who seem to have changed the management team and are pushing the company in a right direction. Fundamentals on the spreadsheet doesn't look too good, but they are now having some good quarters. Pay attention to updates on their Q filings, insider buys, and big drop in price if you ever gonna get going to get it. Courage and conviction in one. I think that's it. For farm, just putting it in the tracker, and I understand that I'm a bit late here. All right, good. Good to see both of them up here. All right, the next one is PGY. First thing I notice is there's a little bit of a, I don't know if this is correct or not. But that's a pretty drastic move. It's probably like something has happened there. They trade at 10, book value around 10 as well. They have enough cash to cover the near-term debt, but not for the total debt. Oh, Dane is here. Hi, Dane. Hopping on for a little. You have some updates for us, Dane, or? Yeah, so how do you look at this? It says levered, doesn't issue shares. Like I said, they have cash, but not enough to cover the debt. They seem to have a new dividend right now, so I'm not sure what that's about. I mean, can actually tune in for once at this time. Yes, I love the time difference. Now the bad thing is that on Sunday we are changing the time back, so we will have the old time then. Keeping an eye on the news. Was hoping today would be the day. Yes, but I think we have to wait a little bit more. I don't know if the market is the market open on Monday. Yeah, Looks like it. Where are we? Here. Yeah. It's open. Value. I'm happy with the old time. I'm asleep when the markets are open. Yeah, you are from New Zealand, right, Value? That's a big difference in the time, right? Yeah, just Friday, yeah. So not on Monday. Imagine they come out with a report on April Fool's Day. That will be something. So what is this company doing? Yeah, 3 days. It's a bit. Holy shit! We have waited for a long time now. It feels like the time is moving so slow. Yeah, New Zealand. It's Friday morning here now. Oh, you know, I used to live in Australia for a little bit, and the time difference from where I live to there is it's a big one. It's hard to pay attention to everything, and yeah, you connect to the Western world. It's hard for you guys. So respect for you to be in the chat and follow us. That's nice. I know Danish, or we might not stick to this streaming schedule forever. We may change up the times in the future. So maybe BNED can put their news out New Zealand time. That, yes, I like that. That way we know a little earlier. Value, you need to tell us if you see any updates in New Zealand from BNED. You are in the future, so let us know. Pagaya, okay. Whoa, what a drop though, which is now recent. What is this doing though? Building products. Heavy duty aluminum or vinyl frames with laminated glass to provide protection from hurricane, force winds, and windborne. Okay. So it's like protection for your structures. For windows and doors. Alright. You see the margins a bit all over the place. It seems like revenue is up though. And they have turned operating cash flow positive again now. Pretty heavy also since last year. Free cash flow though down. And what is this dividend? I don't know what that it seems a bit high. Whoa. 319 comments. 75 comments here. Oh, so they have diluted. That was a drop or what? Yeah, equity raise. So that was the drop. Well, we are finished with that now. There might be an opportunity then. What is this? There's a lot of interest for this company. There's a big compensation for execs, this guy is saying. Well, all of these people are of course not happy with the dilution, but I assume they have all owners from before. So when we jump in a bit after, you know, that's how you get the opportunities. This has a lot of comments. Obviously, I'm not gonna read through all of that now, but with that big drop, I'm probably gonna read up on this after the stream. But we can go through the article though. Pagai's recent losses and volatility have raised questions about its viability, yet the company has seen steady growth in network volume, customers, and securitizations, and expects to reach sustainable profitability in the near future. Current challenge for Pagaya may be its required risk retention investments created by the rapid growth in its ABS securitizations. Has this led to a capital constraint? The recent equity raise and credit facility should have relieved this constraint in the interim. Company has never lost a large client. Once on board, they have stayed. So it seems like the clients are happy with them then. I just want to get a quicker take here. I can't read through all of this. And I'm sure you're going to find a lot of good points in the comments here. Almost 350 comments. Pagaya estimates it will achieve profitability within a year, okay? We are currently in the most restrictive credit environment in 17 years, and yet Pagaya is thriving with only a 0.8% conversion rate. In a Fed easing cycle, that conversion rate could increase by 50% to 1.2%. When credit conditions ease, Pagaya's fees and profits could increase exponentially because 1, the conversion rate of new loans approved, and 2, the vastly increased size of its future network. That's some good growth though. There are several downside risks. Pagaya restates its earnings. 4 weeks ago, the company upwardly revised its earning estimates for Q1 24 and for the year, estimating it would be fully profitable by 2025. When was this article written? 18th of March. And when was the dilution? Yeah, so before. This article is after the dilution. So downgrades from analysts. Oh yeah, so there has been a split. That's why you see this stupid thing up here. But okay. Pagaya has a history of violent moves on news. The latest short interest on the company now listed 9%. I have it a bit lower. There's already been like a decrease in the short interest. So that's all right. So this is a lot of text, and to be honest, this seems pretty interesting, considering we have not been in it when the drop happened. But on the fundamentals, like, you see the revenue growth, but earnings is you know, they have less earnings even with the revenue growth. They trade around book value right now, and they have barely managed to have positive operating cash flow. All the other ones are negative, and they do still have debt, even though they have raised some money now to probably deal with the debt. We might have come across this at a good time. But there's a lot of text here. I'm not planning to sit and read through all of this on the stream. So, but I want to read through this actually off the stream. But I don't want to bother you guys with just me sitting here reading. That's a bit stupid. They do have a reverse split, yeah, and then sell more shares. Yeah, true. And they talked about in the other articles or in the comments below the earnings report that they were not happy with management at all, and that management were paying themselves a lot of money. Yeah. But it's a lot of interest here with this company. The article in itself in the comment section. If the opportunities fund isn't here, there to buy the bottom, who is? Well, who owns this, by the way? Yeah, I agree, Dane. Dane is saying young without much fundamentals makes it hard to say what it's worth to me. Oh, hold on. I think I was reading the... I have the wrong description here, I think. I've still not fixed the sheet properly because I'm waiting for Y sheets. Oh yeah, it's a tech company. The thing I read earlier was wrong. All right. It's a lot of information, and like Dane is pointing out, there's not a lot to go off here, and with the split and then issue more shares, it's a bit weird, right? And what is this? 1.22 I get in a dividend. That is a bit annoying. Either way, even if you ignore all of that, I think it's still not anywhere near cheap enough. Dane's pointing out they would really benefit though from FICO when they do drop rates. So that's what we here. And these are all recent comments, by the way. So it's stuff going on right now in this company. So I'm definitely think I will read up on this and get a bit of a better picture. But right now it's just too much for me to process and read out on the stream. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna add this to the tracker right now, but I will give you an update on Saturday if maybe we can just comment a little bit about them on Saturday and what we think about them then. But yeah, let's check some. Just quickly, I want to go through some sectors and try to find some gold companies. And by the way, I have this sheet. I'm not happy with it. I have to restructure it. I have to add more things. But right now, I am sorting it from percentage to 52-week high. And then I'm paying attention to the inside buys here and the market cap. And once again, the black ones are companies I've pulled up in the last 3 months. And I think the one I have in the tracker is orange. I'm not sure, but I have a color for that too. So I might have gone through a lot of them from before. CRD, maybe just a quick look at them. CRD Gold. Maybe Loop. We are already now a bit low. Barry, okay. Like these are already a bit close to the 52-week high, you know. Tiny market caps on these. Comstock. Comstock. What did we say? Loop. And maybe this one, and then just quickly go through them. Just waiting on Y sheets here. So I have built this on the different industries, and down here I have the tabs for all the different ones, and they're all similar. But I kind of want to build them out so I have more things to look at, because right now they are a bit limited in terms of quickly going through and pick the right ones. You know, the ones we pick now, they might be terrible on the fundamentals because we have so little to go off of. For me to build this more thoroughly out, I need to build my new database that I've been talking about a little bit on the streams, and I'm waiting a bit on Y Sheets to fix some issues they have there. So it will take a little bit of time. So what was the ticker again? Hello, DE. Yeah, that's just sometimes I go in here if I want specific sectors and stuff like that. It's a bit easier to just find stuff. But like I said, I would be more I want this to be even more targeted than what it is right now. So yeah, I think I will quickly go through these three and then end the stream there. I've added a few tickers to the tracker today, so that's good. Always good to see new things and follow them. So this is based in South Africa, which immediately I doubt my numbers a bit when it's a company outside of USA and Canada. I mean, I think my numbers are still correct, but I just have a hard time trusting them as much as I usually do. And this year seems like ridiculously good, right? They have even diluted. That's what I mean. It gets a bit hard for me to trust this. I think I'll just skip that one straight away. I don't want to go through this and it's all wrong, you know. So I'm going to loop. So this is Canadian, which means I don't have access. Oh, what? 0 in revenue. See, this is what I mean. My sheet needs to be way more targeted because what's the point waiting to drag up this and it has 0 in revenue? Probably they don't, but it's some error in my sheet. I'm just gonna skip to the next one then. Comstock. That was a tinier market cap. US based. Yeah, look here. Same issue there. Wrong in my numbers. What can you do? This happens. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna use the sectors on the stream before I build it out more properly, because it's just a waste of time when you get the wrong numbers like I'm doing here. But it was also a way to show that we do have other screening methods than just the daily and weekly movers. I know Dane also has a part in his sheets where he has sorted everything into different sectors and stuff like that. So I think it's important to, and I also have some from like some shortcuts up here from Finviz. That sometimes when it's a slow week, like it kind of has been a little bit this week, I just go through this and you know, you get the chart here. You can see if has been a big drop or something like that. And then I just pull them up I have these filters on, so they are already within my range that I like. So it's just, and I have for even smaller market caps here. And that's a screener that I use sometimes. But of course, the way we stream, and you see us spend a lot of time in Open Insider and the Daily Move, so those are probably the main ones. I'm using also Twitter or X to pay attention to people I follow that post tickers and stuff. I take a screenshot and then I pull them up here. That's, I guess, a method of screening as well. Oh, Dane has been speaking in the comments here. Problem is how they list some things makes it tough to really have comparisons, and honestly with relative valuation tough to really take into account the difference from one firm to another. Yeah, I thought they were a bit tricky, Dane, and you know, my process of the English language and all the information, I need a bit time to. Oh, okay. Thought you meant the company. All right. Yeah. No, but you're right. Yeah, so it's not that I use that a lot. It's just sometimes you know, it's good to have to just go hunting when you are a bit up to date on things. But I honestly I don't use it that much. Yeah. No, but we as you have seen also on the stream, we for sure we use the daily movers and Open Insider the absolute most. But good. We added the CCRD today, CHCI farm, super interesting. Bit late. We seems like I'm a bit late to them. But Cola Courage was involved there too. And the setup is a bit like BuzzFeed and maybe BNED as well. We are not having an activist investor in BNED yet, but that will push things in our favor a bit, I guess. But in terms of asset sales and stuff like that, okay, we might get that, you know. But like Dane pointed out, we are getting close to April the 3rd, and if we don't get the news, like we seems like it doesn't show up today. Well, what did we say? 3rd is on Wednesday? Yeah. Exciting times. We are the activists, yeah. We are the activists together. We need to write a letter to the management, I think. No, but they know. They seem to do the right thing, hopefully. Let's see how it works out. But yeah, farm, I thought farm was if farm drops, and Courage said that after the asset sale it shot up, but it also dropped down again. So if it happens again, it's worth tracking in my opinion. But right now, Courage had like a $5, wasn't that what he said, price target? And it's at 357 or something now, so a bit late maybe. Talking to private investor on that follows BNED, he thinks it might be a merge. I also saw private on X talking about there was a guy asking him about a ticker or something, and he tagged Private and a few other ones, I think also Courage. And Private replied something like, I would have to like really dig into this to give you an answer, but right now I have a lot of work left to do with the BNED. So maybe he's like, that's what he's investigating now, Dane, like a merge possibility. Yeah, super interesting. We will for sure. I hope they don't push it back to the 10th or whatever it was, 11th or 10th. Because then at some of the streams next week we will know, you know. So all right, I think I will wrap it up for today then. Added a few to tracker, which is good. And then Dane and I will be together on camera on Saturday, which of course things haven't changed too much from today probably, but maybe we get some development here and there, and we will also go through some different tickers than what we have done so far this week. But to summarize, good week for Alto and BNED, and we're still waiting for the news. That's pretty much how it is. Bit interesting in my opinion to see that Justin also starts to, you know, entertain the idea to sell the peaking plant. And his price target on that is $10, which is a big upside from today's price. So you said, I guess there could still be news tomorrow. Yeah, I was not sure if they are allowed to push it out tomorrow, but yeah, I guess so. We will hope for the best, and that is a good news for us, and then we will probably spend the whole Saturday stream on it. So all right, thanks for everyone tuning in. Thanks for everyone using the chat. It's nice to see people from all over the world following the streams and participating in the chat. So keep it up, and we will continue as best as we can. Hopefully this will all work out for us all, and yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we see you both on Saturday then, and enjoy your holiday. Now it's Easter for people who celebrate Easter, and maybe we'll eat some candy and stuff, so that's good. I see you on Saturday then. Bye bye.